Excuse me, sir. All right, thank you.
Evening, 6-7 fans. It's Lori coming to you live from the Nepean Sportsplex, Steve Eierserman Rink, where your Kanata 6-7s are taking on the Nepean Raiders. Your 6-7s are 1-0 so far this season. 4-1 win earlier this week. And they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row. It's World Series night tonight. First game of the World Series at 8 o'clock, but the excitement right now is right here. The 6-7s have got some sponsors this year. PST Automotive Repair, Domino's Pizza, Smith Falls Hyundai, Equator Coffee Roasters, and Pool Builders. Thanks to our sponsors for supporting us this year. We got Nina between her pipes, and we are underway in the first period with Walker taking the face-off at center ice. 6-7s popping ahead into the opposing zone. Raiders behind their own goal line, up the near boards, looking for a breakout pass, but the forecheck is strong, and the Raiders retreat, look for a way out on the other side. Giorgio working on the far boards, puts the puck down into the far corner inside the Raiders zone. Raiders fired along behind their net. Elliott is there to keep the blue line, but not for long as the Raiders make their way out. Giorgio again turns this puck back down into the opposing zone. Raiders on the far side now, unable to get out of their zone as the 6-7s put the pressure on the near boards again. Raiders find their way out of the zone, make their way across the blue line into the 6-7 zone, can't get a shot off. Again, back to the point, shot, scores. Long shot from the point. Nina did not get a grab of that one. 1-0 Raiders. .8:55 to go in the first period. 1-0 Raiders is the score with an early shot from the point. First shot on net. made it in, and here come the Raiders again. Pass across to the slot. 6-7s are there, looking to clear the zone up to the left point. Long shot through traffic, picked up in front by Landon. Tries to clear the zone on the left point again. Another shot in front is held up. Shot from the side, and Nina hangs on to that one. Going to take the face off to Nina's right. Raiders win the draw. Can't get it. Can't make a play out of it. Raiders inside the neutral zone now. Pop over into the opposing zone, but they're offside. Mateo takes the draw. Sorry, Gavin takes the draw. Raiders get a hold of it in the neutral zone. Gavin again. Over for Dylan. Dylan over the blue line with a long shot. Pad save by the Raiders goaltender into the near boards. Dylan is there. Battle along the boards is won by the Raiders. Raiders down behind their own goaltender. Finds a winger on the far side. 6-7s get pressure on. Raiders look to clear the zone on the far boards and skate it out of the zone. Pass up the middle is off the skates and turned around by the 6-7s. Dylan steps over the blue line, wide to the left side. Hall's on the brakes. He's looking for a pass. Raiders are there. Raiders can't quite get out of the zone. Back to their defense. Raiders defense circles. Finds a pass to the far side, up the middle now, over the blue line. Back out to center ice. Raiders with another shot, goes wide. 6-7s now in the near corner. That's Elliott. Elliott behind Nina. Flips it off the far boards for Giorgio. Giorgio looks for Walker, finds Walker. Can't hold on. And the Raiders in their own zone again. 6-7s regain possession in the Raiders zone. The Raiders flip it out the far boards now. Skate out into the neutral zone. Off the boards, nice little chip pass. Puck is loose in the far corner. Raiders regain possession. Pass in front is stopped. Raiders in the far corner again. Looking for defense. Giorgio is there with a chip pass out of the zone. Raiders regain possession at the red line. Retreat back into their own zone. Pass up the near boards. Raiders now step into the opposing zone on his backhand wide to the right side. Pass in front and can't capitalize. Down behind Nina's goal line now. 6-7s look to clear the puck on the far side. Can't get out of the zone. Pass in front. Nina. The skate save. Another shot. Puck ends up behind the net. 6-7s now. Walker on the far boards. Backhands it out of the zone. The 6-7s go for a change, and the Raiders send the puck up to the red line. Here come the Raiders. This guy's got some speed. Raiders, shot short side, rebound, slapped away. Puck trickles back into the Raiders zone. Raiders defense gets a hold of this. Good forecheck by the 6-7s. Raiders now 2-on-2. Raiders with a shot. Nina, blocker save. Raiders again down behind the goal line. Mateo can't get a hold of it. Raiders with a shot. It goes wide. Not sure if Nina got a piece of that or not. 6-7's looking to clear the zone now. Can't keep it on their stick. Raiders turn the puck back around. Down behind Nina's goal line. Battle in the near corner, and the puck trickles back to the other side. James now in the far corner inside the 6-7 zone. Looking for his winger. Kept inside by the Raiders defense and popped out. Here comes The 6-7 shoot, score! From short range, Gavin, a step ahead of the defender, makes a nice top corner goal. 1-1 is the score, 4:37 remaining in the first. All right, we got a whole new hockey game here, folks. As Gavin takes the face-off at center ice. Raiders win the draw, pop it up into the 6-7 zone. Cohen from behind the net looks for his winger. That gets turned around, down back behind Nina. 6-7's looking for a way out of the zone. Raiders are still there. Lots of pressure. Dillon skates the puck out of the zone. Steps over the blue line in the opposing zone on the left side. Protects the puck well with his body. Working hard behind the net. Good hands, that guy. Can't find a good pass, and here come the Raiders again. Raiders with a long pass. And that'll be icing called against the Raiders. 3:46 remaining in the first period. 1-1 is the score. Walker takes the face-off in the Raiders zone. Raiders win the draw. Raiders defense behind their own net. Turns it around, looking for a way out on the other side. Good pressure by the 6-7s, but the Raiders get out of the zone. Raiders one-on-one. Landon Boudreau fires it behind Nina for Giorgio on the far boards. Long shot by the Raiders from the blue line. That's picked up by the 6-7s and sent back into the Raiders zone, who regain possession and retreat. Raiders clear the zone. Landon Boudreau on the near side puts it up for Walker at center ice. Walker steps over the blue line, but that's offside. Stepping on the ice now, we've got Jude, Lucas, James, Elliott, and Cohen. Raiders win the draw back in their own zone. They look for a way out, but 6-7s are there. Can't get a good shot on from the point. Shot, nice save. .246 to go in the first. 1-1 is the score. Face-off in the Raiders zone. Raiders winning most of the face-offs here tonight. 6-7's got a stick on it, but can't make a play out of it as the Raiders try to clear the zone on the far side, kept inside by the 6-7s. Raiders again, up to the neutral zone. Here come the Raiders, 2-on-2. Raiders step over the blue line from the point. Shot, Nina can't quite hold on. Makes the save. Pass in front. Can't complete the pass, and the Raiders retreat into the neutral zone. Good pressure by Lucas. The Raiders step over the blue line, and that's popped out. Raiders got to get back on side. Lucas on the forecheck. Stripped away by the 6-7s, but they can't clear the zone. Raiders again, down behind Nina. Held up by the 6-7s. Raiders maintain possession. Shot from the point through traffic is off a skate and trickles out back to the red line. Lucas on the forecheck again. Raiders try to clear the zone. Here comes Dillon with a shot. That's high and wide. The Raiders pop the puck up into the neutral zone. 6-7s pick this up. Landon backhands it into the zone. Down behind the Raiders net. 1:26 to go in the first. The Raiders behind their own goal line. Finds a pass on the far boards. Raiders step over the blue line. Can't get through the defense. Well played. Mateo looks to clear the zone. At the blue line, Dylan. For Gavin. Gavin steps over the blue line, but can't make a play out of it. He's going to chase this down behind the opposing goalie. Raiders regain possession. Clear the zone to neutral ice. Landon looks to pop it into the far corner. Dylan gets a hold of it, puts it in deep enough to get a change. Raiders again. Up to the red line. Back and forth across the blue line at the Raiders zone. Raiders come away with it. Raiders step over the blue line. Can't hold on as the 6-7s regain possession. Here comes Giorgio. Giorgio steps over the blue line. Shoots. Blocker save. Giorgio looking for the pass to the point. Elliott with a shot. Looking for the tip in front, but that's set aside. Walker with a shot off a defenseman and wide. Walker on the far boards now. And that'll be it for the first period. 1-1 is the score as the Raiders took an early lead. The shot from the point. Gavin took that back with a beautiful top shelf goal. 1-1 after one. All right, as we get set up for period number 2, we've got 10 minutes on the clock. We find Nina making her way back between her pipes. Face off at center ice. Jude comes away with the draw, circles back. Looks for Lucas, that's stripped away by the Raiders. The Raiders step over the blue line. Jude gets a stick on it, but can't clear the zone. James on the far side, looking for a pass, shot by the Raiders. That misses the net, good hard shot. It fires all the way down to the other side and trickles back into the Raiders zone. Raiders make a long pass, and we'll let that cross the line for a ref to call it icing, and we'll head back into the Raiders zone for the faceoff. All right, face off to the right of the Raiders goaltender. Gavin wins the draw. It's back for Mateo. Mateo can't get a shot off. Raiders regain possession, clear the zone. Landon Boudreau is there. Landon looking for the cross-ice pass to Austin. Austin sends it in deep to the Raiders zone. Raiders behind their own goal line. And for the pass off the far side, that's held inside by the 6-7s. Raiders regain possession. Raiders fired along the far boards. Mateo is there to turn it around in the neutral zone. Raiders again inside their zone, pressured by the 6-7s. Raiders step over the red line, little chip pass off the boards. Can't make a play out of it, and the 6-7s flip the puck into the opposing zone. Raiders again step over the blue line into the 6-7 zone. Raiders with a shot. And Nina gets a piece of that one and holds on. Face off to Nina's left. Raiders win the draw, up to the point, shot through traffic. Raiders again from short range, but didn't get much on that, and Nina holds on. .8:15 to go in the second period. 1-1 still the score. Face-off in the 6-7 zone. Raiders win the face-off. Looking for a pass across. Interrupted by the 6-7s and back onto the Raiders goaltender. Puts it up to the near boards. Pass in front. The 6-7s can't get a shot off of it. And here come the Raiders 2-on-2. Raiders step over. Little pass to the outside. Shot behind the net. Raiders back up to the right point. A dribbler. Nina's going to hold on to that one. Jude takes the face off to Nina's left. Raiders come away with a draw. Slapper from the point, and that goes past the goaltender into the far corner. Pass in front, slapped away by the 6-7. Raiders again from the point. Into the slot. James gets a stick on the puck in his own zone. James can't hold on to it. Raiders regain possession. Raiders to the left point. Shot doesn't get through traffic. Raiders again, turn and shoot. Nina makes a save and doesn't let the Raiders get to the rebound. And here comes Jude. Jude steps over the blue line in the opposing zone. He's on his backhand. Backhand pass to the high slot. Shot. Oh, what a save. Beauty shot by Lucas. Had some fire on that one, but that goaltender gloved that down, no problem. Face off to the right of the Raiders goaltender, back up to the point. Can't get a shot off, and here come the Raiders. The puck trickles back into the 6-7 zone. Raiders with the pass up front. Nina! Nice save. Face off to Nina's left. 6-7s come away with the draw. Elliott pops it up behind Nina onto the near boards. 6-7s are going to skate this out of the zone as Austin can't get a good pass off and has to fight along the boards to regain possession. Battle along the boards, won by the Raiders. Gavin comes around away with it. Gavin from short range. Oh, can't get a shot off. Well played by that Raiders defender. 6-7's looking to clear the zone, kept inside by Dylan. Raiders again in the near corner. Looking to clear the zone. Up to the red line. Here come the Raiders. Step over the blue line. Nice moves. Gavin forces a bad shot. It goes wide. On the far boards, Raiders looking for that pass up front all by himself. Nina with a nice save. Those dangling wingers. And here comes Austin. Nice poke check played by the Raiders defender. Here come the Raiders again. Raiders inside the 6-7 zone with a drop pass, but couldn't get a good shot off. 6-7s now. Gavin steps out into neutral ice. It's forced to the far side. He sends that deep to go for a change. Raiders behind their own net. Up the near boards now. Raiders in the neutral zone. That gets turned around by the 6-7s. Giorgio puts the forecheck on. Scott Walker with him. Forces the pass. This goes long. Into the 6-7 zone. Landon is there. Landon, the pass up to Walker. Walker looks to send it across, but can't quite complete the pass. Here come the Raiders. Raiders from the high slot. Can't get the shot off. Well played by the 6-7s. 6-7s clear the zone. Landon Greenidge skates it up, but I think he took a shoulder there. They're calling it body contact or body checking. So with 4:46 remaining in the second period, 1-1 is the score, and your 6-7s go to the power play. Walker's going to take the face-off in this Raiders zone. Back to the point, Mateo with a shot. Just misses the net wide. Another shot by the 6-7s, and that's snagged out of the air by the Raiders goaltender. But Walker, Landon Greenidge, Giorgio, Mateo, and Landon Boudreau. In the opposing zone, Walker can't get a shot off. The Raiders get a piece of this and send it long to kill a little time on their penalty kill. Landon from behind Nina. There's a forechecker on him. Landon's got a stick. Get some speed on. Landon skates it up into the opposing zone. Takes a shot, but that misses the net. Landon Greenidge on the far boards. Can't keep it inside. Giorgio gets a stick on the puck and sends the puck in deep. Boys get back on side, and the Raiders regain possession behind their own goal line. Look to clear the zone on the near side. Jude is there. Can't get a good shot off, and the Raiders look to clear the zone on the near side. Mateo holds it inside. The Raiders get a stick on it. We've got 57 seconds remaining in the 6-7's power play. Landon Boudreau in his own zone. Skates the puck out to the neutral zone. Over the blue line. Cuts to the inside. Shot. Nice save. Raiders on the far boards. Send the puck long, and this is going to trickle past Nina's goal line. Back to center ice. The Raiders regain possession. But here comes the 6-7s with a shot. Didn't get much on that, as that was slowed down by a defender's stick and saved by the Raiders goaltender. 3:06 to go in the second period. 1-1 is the score with 20 seconds remaining in the 6-7 power play. Gavin's going to take the face-off in the opposing zone. Back up to the point. The shot doesn't make it through traffic. Cohen chases it back down at his own blue line. Looking for a smart pass. Austin's tied up and can't pick this pass up. So the Raiders get this puck out behind their own net. And we are back to even strength. Elliott on the far boards. Finds Dylan. Dylan looking for Austin. That's broken up. Here come the Raiders. Raiders over the blue line, but turned around by the 6-7s and sent long. That'll be icing called against the 7s. 2:25 to go in the second period. 1-1 is the score. The barrage of shots in the first period has slowed down in the second. Face off to Nina's left. 6-7s come away with the puck. Can't get out of the zone. Inside the 6-7 zone, Walker fires it off behind the net, and the puck will trickle out into center ice for the Raiders to regain possession at their own blue line. Good forecheck by the 6-7s, forces the pass. Walker along the boards, can't grab a hold of it. Raiders step over the blue line, shot! Nina holds on to it, or makes the save, but can't hold on to it, rather. From behind the net, pass in front. Raiders with a backhand in front, shot, scores. Nice goal by that 6-7 from short range. 2-1 Raiders, sorry. 2-1 Raiders with a minute 54 to go in the second period. All right, boys, let's get this back. Jude sets up for the face-off at center ice. Puck comes back towards Mateo. Mateo looking for Lucas on the far side. Raiders regain possession. Fire it to the near boards. Inside the neutral zone. Raiders. As Lucas puts the forecheck on. Raiders in their own zone. D-to-D pass. That's broken up, but offside. Face off just outside the Raiders zone. Raiders clear the zone on the near boards. Mateo looking for James. Can't make a play out of it. Landon Boudreau fires it in deep down behind the opposing goaltender. Raiders behind their own goal line. Can't clear the zone. From the slot, Jude with a shot doesn't get through traffic. Jude and Lucas on the far side looking for the pass in front. James can't get there in time, and the Raiders clear the zone. Raiders now one-on-one. Step over the blue line, nice stick. And the puck is turned around, and here comes Gavin. Gavin gets a step ahead, but can't get a shot off, and I don't think there's a penalty on the play, though I could have seen if he might have wanted to call that. 30 seconds to go in the second period. 2-1 Raiders is the score. Gavin takes the face off in the opposing zone. Puck goes back and trickles back into the neutral zone. Elliott up the far boards looking for Dylan, and that goes long, and the Raiders regain possession. Raiders in their own zone. Off the boards looking for the breakout pass. Raiders now one-on-one. Little pass across, and they don't complete it. Dylan is there. Dylan fires it off behind Nina, looking for Austin on the near boards. And that'll be it for the second period. Score is 2-1 Raiders after 2. I think I heard the cheer there, which you didn't hear because I was on mute. I think the cheer was 1, 2, 3, Blue Jays. All right, as we get set up for the third period, we've got 14 minutes run time on the clock. Walker wins the draw. Landon Greenwich puts us in to the opposing zone. Walker puts a forecheck on. On the far boards now, Giorgio fighting. Walker gets a stick on the puck, back down for Giorgio behind the goal line. Giorgio looking for Walker, but that's broken up by the Raiders. Raiders fired along behind their own goaltender for the breakout on the near side. Puck trickles back up to the 6-7's blue line. Mateo gets a stick on it, but that's turned around by the Raiders. Raiders now on the far boards in front of the 6-7's bench. Raiders from the point to defense. Raiders from the near corner. Raiders again, behind Nina. Raiders circle wide, high slot, pass across, goes through. Landon Boudreau gets a stick on the puck. Can't get a pass out of it. Raiders are there. Landon battling. 6-7's come away with it. Walker clears the puck, and the Raiders get back on side. Mateo now on the far boards. Skates the puck out behind his own goaltender. Looking for a way out of the zone, and Raiders are there. Raiders step back inside the 6-7 zone. Raiders on the near side. We're collapsing on the puck there a little bit. Raiders come away with it. Can't get a shot off. That's back up to defense. With a long shot through traffic. Bobbling puck is picked up by Jude, and we've got a whistle on the play here. I think it was just batted down above the shoulders. 11:57 run time to go in the third period. 2-1 Raiders are the score. The 6-7s try to tie this up. Keep the Raiders off the board. Face off in the 6-7 zone up to the point. Shot! Didn't get through traffic. James on the far side clears the puck. Raiders are there. Raiders regroup in their own zone. Puck is in his skates. Raiders regain possession. Pop it up to the red line. Raiders get past Elliott. Raiders from the near boards. Shot goes behind the net. Up to the far point defense. Puck trickles down behind Nina. 6-7's looking to clear on the near side. Jude steps out into the neutral zone. Lucas battling on the near boards inside the opposing zone. James now can't hold on to the puck as Lucas battles on the far boards inside the opposing zone. Raiders regain possession behind their own goaltender, fired up the near side. Kept inside by the 6-7s, looking for the pass in front of the slot. Jude is tied up on the far boards now. 6-7s regain possession, put it up to neutral ice. Or the Raiders, Raiders with a one-timer, whips on it. Elliott now has a look, looking for a smart pass, puts it up the near side. And the Raiders regain possession, step over into 6-7 zone with a shot goes wide. Dylan on the far side now. Can't get out of the zone. Raiders are there. Raiders with the pass in front. Loose puck in front. And skated away by the 6-7 defense. Here comes Gavin. Gavin steps over the red line, over the blue line. This guy's got speed, but he's swarmed and taken down. Raiders again now. Raiders in the neutral zone. Pass across. 2-on-2. Raiders shoot. Shoot high. Raiders on the near boards. From the point. Can't get a good shot off. Raiders from the slot. Back up to the point. Raiders. Shot through traffic. Doesn't hit the net. Raiders from behind the net now. Up to the right point with a shot. Again through traffic. Goes high. Austin clears the zone, and here comes Gavin. Can't get around the defender. Austin in the opposing zone is swarmed on the far boards. Gavin from the corner now. Back for Dylan. Can't get a shot off. Here come the Raiders. Off across the blue line into the 6-7 zone. Pass in front goes through. Landon Boudreau from the near corner pops it up behind the boards for Dylan on the far side. Dylan looking for a pass, picked up by the Raiders and turned around inside the 6-7 zone. Landon puts it up to Landon. Greenidge steps over the blue line. Greenidge can't get around the defender. Walker's there to help him out. Walker from short range, but he's swarmed. Oh! Backhand! Scores! A dribbling puck. Walker puts that behind the goaltender. I thought that puck was covered up. So with 8:09 remaining in the third period, the 6-7s tie it up at 2. All right, boys. Walker takes the faceoff at center ice. Raiders get a stick on it. Raiders can't make a play out of it. Regain possession, retreat in their own zone. Raiders fire up the far boards. The 6-7s are there in their own zone to pick this up. Loses control. Here come the Raiders breaking away. Shot scores. Oh, Nina's not happy about that one. That'll be a poke check next time. 3-2 Raiders, 7:11 to go. Face off at neutral ice. 6-7s come away with it as Jude puts this in deep. In the opposing zone, 6-7s get a shot off. That doesn't hit the net. Raiders on the near side. Fired off behind their own goaltender. Lucas is there. Gets it back down into the corner. Raiders behind their own goaltender again. And here come the Raiders. Step over the blue line. Into the opposing zone. Can't make a play out of it. 6-7s are all over them. Long shot from the blue line. Again, Raiders missed the net. James on the far side. Working on the far boards. Raiders from the point turn and flip it back down inside. Mateo looking to clear the zone. Can't get it out. Landon Boudreau. Looking for that smart pass across for James. That's turned around by the Raiders again. Raiders with the pass to the high slot. Raiders don't take the shot. Well defended. Raiders circle. Broken up by the 6-7s out into the neutral zone. We've got 5:45 run time to go. Raiders with the pass in front. Picked up by Mateo. Mateo flips the puck out behind Nina for Austin. Austin, here we go. 3-on-2. Austin steps over the blue line. Gets poke check. Regains possession. In front. Covered up by the opposing goaltender. 5:22 to go in the third. 3-2 Raiders is the score. Face off in the Raiders zone. Raiders win the face off. Behind the Raiders net. Raiders maintain possession. Clear the puck into the neutral zone. Turn around by the 6-7s, and here comes Dylan. He steps over the blue line, wide to the left side, can't get a shot off. Raiders regain possession, and here come the Raiders. Raiders step over the blue line into the 6-7 zone. Raiders with a shot from the side goes behind the net. Raiders from the far corner. Can't get a shot off, and here come the 6-7s now. 6-7s send it long and go for a change. Raiders from behind their own goal line. Pass up the near boards. Doesn't get past Elliott. Elliott battling, but the Raiders get a stick on it and send this long. Six sevens clear the zone. In the neutral zone now. Raiders regain possession, step over the blue line, come up the middle, shot! Nina gets a blocker on it and sends it high. Raiders again from the point. Shot that goes behind the net. Raiders from the far boards now. Shot through traffic. Doesn't get through. Raiders again. Pass in front. Another shot. Nina saves one, saves the other, and that net hasn't been staying on the whole time. 3:24 remaining in the third. 3-2 Raiders is the score. Face off to Nina's right. Raiders win the draw. That's slapped long by the 6-7s. That'll be icing called against the visiting team. Do it all over again. Faced off to Nina's right. Raiders win the draw, and this trickles back into the neutral zone. Raiders get a stick on the puck. Landon is there. Landon steps over the blue line, and that's offside. Jude takes the face off just outside the opposing zone. Puck trickles back into the Raiders zone. James and Lucas put the forecheck on. Boudreau holds a blue line, a little snapper, misses the net. Pass in front by the 6-7s, but can't get the one-timer off by Jude. Raiders clear the zone. Turned back around by the 6-7s, who got to get back on side. Raiders again from behind their net. Skate the puck out onto the near boards. Little chip pass off the boards. Raiders from the high slot can't get a shot off, and we've got an empty net I hadn't noticed. Raiders from the point. The shot is blocked. 6-7s look to clear the zone. They just cleared the zone. Long shot. Doesn't get through. Here come the 6-7s. 6-7s with 6 players on. Step over the blue line into the opposing zone. Battle along the boards as Landon Boudreau slaps this back in. And the Raiders behind their own net with 1 minute to go. Long shot. Just misses the net. And that's icing called against the Raiders. 52 seconds to go as the clock is running. Line it up quick, boys. Line it up quick. Take the face off in the Raiders zone. Gavin is going to take this draw. 33 seconds to go. 6-7s win the draw. We can't get a shot off as the Raiders clear the zone. 26 seconds to go. Elliott behind his net looking for a pass. Raiders are there. Raiders with a shot from the side is stopped by the 6-7s. 13 seconds to go. Can the 6-7s tie it up? Here comes Walker. He's got Austin with him. Walker from the face-off circle looks for the pass in front. Raiders are all over it. And that'll be time. A well-fought game against a good team. Those Raiders got some talent on there. Well played by the 6-7s. Final score, Raiders 3, 6-7s 2. All right, folks, off to the World Series we go. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.